Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my podcast, Xena, Life is a Dominatrix. This is episode 36. This will be aired on Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. Before I begin talking about this particular episode, I do want to mention that I do have a link to each and every my podcast episodes, and the link leads to my Venmo page. Tips are not obligated, but tips are appreciated, so thank you very much. Today's topic, masturbation. My last podcast episode 35, I had discussed what I had witnessed on a Wednesday night while waiting for the F train in the Lower East Side. So this person who was masturbating in public with people around, I had expressed my frustrations and I was in total disbelief. Then now I'm thinking, only in NYC. I'm not for public masturbating at all. Not one bit. Masturbating in a non-consensual manner is a huge no-no. Consent is everything, and the people on the train platform, including myself, we just didn't consent to see this motherfucker jerking off. However, masturbating in the privacy of your own home, yes, that's awesome. That's okay. Do whatever you want in your own home, and masturbating can be one of them for sure. Masturbating is so important. It's great for your sexual health, for your mental health. It releases endorphins, dopamines, which influence mental well-being. Masturbating solo or with your partner is fun and great. With the partner, it builds intimacy and trust for sure. It removes the stigma of sexually repressed religious dogma as well. Masturbation causes your body to release a number of hormones. So masturbation, of course, it helps relieve stress and anxiety. So for instance, let's say you work so much, hours and hours a day. Then your mind, it roams. Then you use your naughty imagination or watch a good old porno. So once you release, you won't think how stressed and anxious you really were 10, 20 minutes ago. So once you've released, you get a sense of, I needed that. I feel so much better. Sleeping. So for those with sleeping problems, masturbating helps you fall asleep as well. Don't forget to clean up once you're finished. So you don't want to fall asleep with sticky hands or a big pile of goo. Just my opinion. But do whatever you want with yourself for sure. Masturbating, it helps you boost your self-esteem. It's self-care, another way to love yourself. So, don't neglect your body. Very important. Masturbating helps in your sex life with your partner. Masturbation, foreplay, sex, just have a great time. It's a great way to please your partner and vice versa. Masturbating can help you figure out what's pleasurable and exciting for you. Negatives. I had a random question from a client. He stated, "Mr. Xena, I masturbate too much." I said, "How much is too much?" He stated, 6 or 7 times a day. I said, "Don't you have a job? How do you have time to masturbate so much?" And I don't remember his response, but that's a whole lot of masturbating. And another client, he stated, "I won't go down on my partner, but I love when she goes down on me." So I was curious. I stated, "Why?" He stated, "I just don't want to." So I stated, "How would you know what it's like when you've never tasted pussy?" From his face, he got a little squeamish. Just the thought of going down on a woman. To each its own. I believe I stated, "You don't know what you're missing." But again, consent is everything. So forcing your partner to do something that you want to be done to you is not okay. At any rate, masturbation is considered a sin in some religions, believe it or not. Some people might find shame and guilt in masturbating without their spouses knowing. Some people state that they haven't had sex in months or even years with their own partner. There's a previous podcast episode that I had posted. It's titled Spice It Up. So basically in that particular episode, I give different tips on how to spice it up with you and your partner. And I think it's beneficial to spice it up for sure. And also sex therapists. There are sex therapists out there that can help you as well. I've spoke to people who state that they haven't masturbated in days. So I was curious. I asked, why is that? The common answer, I just got no time. I have no time. I'm always working. I have no time. So my response is, come on, you should find time to pleasure yourself. Very important. So my personal recommendations, to masturbate once or twice a day. It doesn't make you a freak. It doesn't make you naughty. I mean, it makes you naughty. Let me clarify that. Yes, it makes you very naughty, but that's okay. That's okay to be naughty. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, masturbate once or twice a day. Have sex with your partner. It benefits the relationship. It brings you and your partner closer together. Very important. So toys. Sure, using your hands is great for sure. However, sex toys are beneficial as well. There's a wide variety you could find at the sex toy shop. Be sure to wash the toys before and after you use, and then you go to town. From what I've noticed, even CVS and Walgreens carries vibrators. For me, I find that mind-boggling. Especially here in New York City. I can't remember what what aisle it was. I think it was by the condoms and the lubricants. And I was like, wow, that's an actual vibrator. Interesting. And I believe they locked it up to prevent theft. But more power to them for sure. And yeah. So with which toys, for instance, for assistance, I mean, let me repeat myself. Which toys to give you some assistance? Vibrators for your clit, anal masturbation toys, vibrating eggs for your shaft, vibrating rings that can be placed around your balls. You'd be surprised to see what's all out there for an extra buzz, 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 buzz. And vibrators are fantastic, and they're very helpful to both men and women. And let's say if your partner's at work and you want to be naughty by yourself, there you go. You plug in your vibrator and go to town. Or if you run out of batteries for your vibrator, go to the store, get your batteries, then have a field day. Field days. So when I think of masturbation scenes in mainstream, I think of these quirky films. These are silly films for me. But I like silly. I like comedies for sure. American Pie. Remember that scene? Come on, people. It's a hilarious scene. And I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, when I first saw it, I couldn't stop laughing. He was fucking a pie. And yeah, he was just a very horny teenager, college student, or whatever he was, going to town and fucking a pie. More power to him. The other movie, There's Something About Mary. Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz. It's a hilarious film. I haven't watched that film in quite a while. But basically, he's rubbing one off before he sees Mary, and then and then the scene goes, where did it go? Where did it go? His cum. So, and then I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen it. And those who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The other movie, Fast Times and Ridgemont High. And I just watched that movie recently on one of the platforms. It's hilarious. Sean Penn and and the other babes and the other dudes just rubbing one off because he's so horny and he sees his crush wearing a bikini and gosh, I can't remember her name, but she's wearing a red bikini and he gets very aroused and goes to the bathroom and takes care of himself, and then she walks in on accident and then he yells, "Don't you people knock," or something like that. And to see masturbating in mainstream is it's pretty wild. As long as there's a what is it, rated R, rated PG-13, one of those. Like, kids, don't be watching this. But I remember when I was a kid, like, watching certain, I can't remember which movies off the top of my head, but then there would be a naughty scene that would come on, and then immediately my mom would cover my eyes because she didn't want me to see the I can't remember which, oh my goodness, this is so long ago, I can't remember which movie, but I was so curious. I'm like, I want to see. And yeah. So masturbation instruction videos. These particular videos are pretty popular. These videos are where the slave is being instructed to masturbate under the commands of a dominatrix. I actually made a few clips myself on this particular topic. I'm going to read one description of one clip titled, "Masturbate Now, Part 3. Mr. Xena instructs, show mistress your cock. Don't be so timid. Stroke it nice and slow. Now faster. Now slower. Now faster. Look at me while you stroke it. Make some noises. My, oh my. Don't you think you deserve the reward of sniffing my ass? Do you think you deserve the reward, I mean? Look at my ass, but don't come. Don't come just yet. Now sniff my feet. Now sniff my breasts. Now you have my permission to shoot your huge load of slave cum." Boy, that was filmed a long time ago, and and that was fun to shoot. Another one I shot, anal masturbation instructions. The description is, if you're alone on Valentine's Day, then I want you to follow my instructions. First of all, stop neglecting your ass. Love yourself even more by exploring your prostate. It doesn't make you weird or gay if you want to stick a butt plug up your ass. It makes you adventurous, kinky, naughty. Take that ass for a joyride. And when you do fuck your own ass, then stroke your cock at the same time. When you do these two things both at once, I guarantee your orgasm will be twice as more intense. Remember, don't forget the lube. Excuse me. And then Mr. Xena will show you which toys to purchase just for your asshole. Again, follow her instructions and love your ass. It sounds so funny, but talking about this particular clip in this this was filmed quite a while ago, but it was hot and erotic and hot, and the instructions were pretty helpful, actually. from the response I've gotten with people watching that particular clip. Anal masturbation instructions. And I remember like one of the months, I think it was, they were calling it like Masturbation May or something like that. And I'm like, no, it's masturbation every day or once every 2 days or whatever. Like these people, I don't know who comes up with particular days. Like there's a day sometime in March. It's called like Steak and Blowjob Day. I don't know who came up with this funny day, but it's like, no, you should you should do that more often. You should make one day out of it. But masturbation may or something like that. Like, no, you should masturbate more and more. And my own personal stories when I want to say when I was like 18 years old is when I was really getting to know my body. And um, I remember talking to a couple girlfriends. They were close friends of mine at the time, and they were like, "Yeah, you basically get this vibrator, and then you place it on your clit." And I was never taught that in sex ed from what I could remember. And because I think I don't even remember. I don't even remember what I was taught in sex ed to think of it. But I do remember my two girlfriends, like we were sitting at the beach at night and we were just talking about sex. And yeah, we were 18 and just our hormones, we were just very like, we're 18 now out of high school. Let's get naughty. Let's do naughty things, but not with each other, of course not. They were my friends, but they were discussing different vibrators, and I'm like, okay. And then I bought one at a sex toy shop in Chicago, and I'm like, okay, where do I put it? Because when you're 18, yeah, I mean, yeah, that was just my own personal experience with that. And when I was 18, I was becoming more and more adventurous. And I'm like, oh, that's where the vibrator goes. Great. That's awesome. And then the same effect with men. So let's say you purchase a vibrator. You basically leave the vibrator on the tip of your shaft, like on the bottom of your shaft, and then see how that feels. And that could really intensify uh, your orgasm and make you come even faster rather than using your own hand. But using your hand, of course, is great, whether you're a lefty or a righty. I know in the gay community, a lot of people use poppers. Personally, I've tried that once because I was told, yeah, that intensifies your orgasm. So here I am. I think I was in my early 20s when I first tried it. And I'm like, okay, I was curious. I'm like, yeah, let me try. Gave me an instant headache. And personally, I don't recommend poppers, but a lot of people, they state that it really intensifies your orgasm for sure. So, masturbate. The motto of this particular episode is masturbate. Take care of yourself. Don't neglect yourself. It's great for the mind, for the body, helps you relax, helps you fall asleep, puts you in a good mood. Sure, you could feel naughty, and kinky, or use your naughty imagination or watch a porno, whatever you want to do. Just have a great time and do it in the privacy of your own home. I don't recommend the office. You don't want a coworker just walking on you or I mean, it's common sense. You leave your dick in your pants at work. It's common sense. Some people, like the stories I've heard in the past, where I remember this one story where the the slave, oh my goodness, this was quite a while ago, but he mentioned that he had his own office and he would jerk off in his office. I'm just like, wow, like what if somebody would walk in? How would you explain that? But I would totally suggest to do that in the privacy of your own home for sure. So that's about it on this particular episode of Xena Life as a Dominatrix, Masturbation. And again, tips are not obligated, but tips are appreciated. So I really hope you all enjoyed this episode. I was a little rambling there, a little jibber jabber. That's okay. Lots on my mind, lots masturbations on my mind. So take care of yourself. Have a great time, and I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Have a great day.